Hello friends, today we're going to do something quite exciting. We are going to build our own price conversion dapp that leverages the data that Chainlink offers in the price aggregators. For this dapp, our user interface looks like this. We have a username and an email, and that's because when you are interacting with the blockchain, usually you want to have the user authenticate so you get an Ethereum address that you can interact with. So let's connect to Metamask with Moralis. We are going to do Daniel and Daniel at Daniel.me, and let's connect. Metamask and Moralis doing their thing, and we are connected, we are in, so our input field here is open, and our conversion app right now in Binance Smart Chain will work by converting BNB to USD. So let's place an amount of BNB here, which is actually the unit, and we get the value in our response field over here. And as you can see, this is more or less the exchange for today. Here, the neat part of our app is that we can just add a lot of BNB here, and it will be converted to the amount of dollars. Let's check how this dapp works under the hood. Here we are in our Visual Studio Code. What we have here is a very simple Flask app. We have our run.py, which only launches our app which launches Flask and has the index.html display. This index.html has the fields that we use for logging in and also the login button, and we have our input field for the BNB quantity and the convert button, and then we have the amount of USD here. Now that we have that one, we have to check the logic, right? When we press these buttons, there is a logic that is triggered under the hood. And for that, we have our logic.js here. For this, we initialize a Moralis server. So for doing that, remember that you go to Moralis. And if you are not a member, you have to sign up, and it's totally for free. If you're a member, you just log in. And here you build your server. You can go to here and check the details that you will need in your dapp, which is the application ID and the server URL. You will have to create your own with this button because I delete these servers after I finish with the videos. So this is not going to be available for you, but Moralis is free. So that's the good news. Now that you have your server up and going, then you can have these values here and paste them. The logic for signing in with Metamask with Moralis is here. Moralis authenticate, then function user, and then you set the values that you get from your input files, your username and email, and save them in the Moralis server. I have some other bells and whistles here that are only needed for disabling my input fields once the user is logged in and enabling my buttons for interacting when the user is logged in. For the price converter, it's very simple. We just take advantage of the Web3 object that Metamask provides us. We have the API of the price aggregator, which is something that I'm providing to you in the description. You can go to the GitHub repository and I will leave the API there because it's actually not very straightforward to get this API. You can get it, but you have to deploy a price aggregator yourself, and that will be a lot of work for you guys. So I will just leave this API for you there. And then you need to create a contract using this API and the address of the contract that contains the pair that you want to convert. So for this, you go to Chainlink price feeds, price aggregator, you can search as well. and then you go to introduction to price feeds and you check what network you want to work on. In this case, we're working in Binance Smart Chain. So we just go here, and if we want it in the mainnet, we will get these contracts over here. But since we want to be in the testnet, I take it from here, BNB USD, and I copy this value, and that's the value that I took for my contract here. I can initialize this contract and then interact with it to get my prices. The function that we call, which is the latest round data, gets some other values when it responds. So that's the reason that I am filtering it by result here, answer, and that's the one that you want to get. So the value is the entire response that this function from the smart contract is sending me, but I want to get only the answer. And then I'm dividing it by 10 to the 8 because it's USD, is not crypto ERC20s, which are usually 18. So dollars 8 decimals and cryptos 18 decimals. That's the way it works. Then I populate this result in my response field over here, and that's it. It's pretty easy, as you can see. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, guys, and remember that all the code is available in the GitHub repository that you can check in the description of the video. Let's take a look at our dapp once again. So remember that we are connected here, and we can just send any value here and will be converted from BNB to USD. This is Daniel. If you have enjoyed this video, smash that like and subscribe to the Moralis channel. See you in the next video.